There was some expectation it could happen today. Could happen this week. Then again, we may have to wait until next week. Either way, in the very near future, the United States Supreme Court will publish an opinion on a case that will determine abortion rights in our country. In a leaked draft of the decision of Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health, that is, we got the indication back in May the Supreme Court will overturn the precedent of abortion rights outlined in the landmark case Roe versus Wade. It's a major change given the option of abortion back to the states. So while we wait, there are a lot of women in Idaho waiting as well, because should the ruling go against Roe v. Wade, Idaho will have an abortion ban in place. Timing is a big question with all of this, and as Joe Paris found out when he spoke with Planned Parenthood today.
Since a leaked Supreme Court decision in May, Americans have waited to hear about the fate of abortion rights. The Supreme Court is nearing an end of their current session, with Tuesday and Thursday of this week marked as opinion issuance days, marked in yellow on the official court calendar. With no decision Tuesday, Thursday looks like a strong possibility for the abortion opinion.
We're continuing to provide abortion care in Idaho for obviously as long as we are legally able to.
Misty Deli-Carpini-Tolman is the Idaho State Director for Planned Parenthood Alliance Advocates. While there is a possible scenario where the Supreme Court pushes its decision to next week, Planned Parenthood in Idaho is already transitioning their coverage to adapt to a strict Idaho trigger law on abortion rights.
Idaho's trigger ban would go into effect 30 days after the Supreme Court's decision.
A state law passed in 2020 effectively outlaws abortions in Idaho pending a reversal of Roe v. Wade, meaning abortion would be outlawed 30 days after a Supreme Court ruling. The quick action catches some women at a time where they are seeking an abortion as laws are changing. Deli-Carpini-Tolman says they are closely working with patients.
Our patient navigators work one-on-one with each patient to make sure that they will understand and really know how the Supreme Court decision will impact their appointment, and work with them to either schedule an appointment in Idaho or get them access to out-of-state care once that 30-day time period is over. As of today, all of our scheduled appointments will be able to go ahead as planned, and we don't have any appointments scheduled beyond 30 days as of right now.
Women seeking an abortion a month from now could be in a tricky spot. In response to the leaked Supreme Court opinion on abortion, Planned Parenthood decided to close their Boise location to better distribute resources across the region. The Boise location merged with an existing Meridian office. Idaho Congressman Russ Fulcher posed for a photo celebrating the Boise closure in a post by Stanton Healthcare, which offers a large palette of care for women, but not abortions. Some on social media are questioning why Fulcher, a noted pro-life politician, is celebrating the closure of a medical facility that reports 3% of their work being abortions.
I did see that post. It was unfortunate and disappointing to see him celebrating that. You know, two things are simultaneously true. One is that we know that the upcoming ruling is going to be devastating, no matter what, no matter how narrowly or broadly they give their decision. And the second thing that I really want to stress is that we're prepared for this moment and ready to help patients get the care they need, even in a state as hostile as Idaho, either here in Idaho as long as we can, or in our bordering states who are continuing to provide care after that decision.
Planned Parenthood says they will continue to work with the Idaho community, but their care might look different than in years past. It's important to know there are other Idaho healthcare options for pregnancy care that do not offer abortions that will remain available if the Supreme Court reverses their decision. For Planned Parenthood, they will also continue to take care of patients in the Treasure Valley, but they say that care may look different.
You know, obviously it's not going to be without added barriers. That's just, what this decision is going to do is force Idahoans to flee their state to access the care that they need. We know that, and we're here to try and make as few of those barriers there as possible. So hand in hand with our patients, making sure they can get the access to care that they need out of state if they have to, and then come back to their home state in the communities that care for them, in the places where they live, and make sure they get the follow-up care that they need.
And I reached out to Congressman Fulcher's office today for comment on this story, also to have a conversation with him. He did not respond immediately. Now, there's also been questions. How will this all play out in Idaho? What is the governor's office thinking? Well, Governor Little's office tells me that the governor does plan to put out a comment after reviewing the court's decision. As for the trigger law and how it rolls over, according to Article 4, Section 5 of the Idaho State Constitution, the supreme executive power is invested in the governor, meaning that the governor shall be the one who sees that the laws are faithfully executed. Long story short here is it is going to be the governor's office that would likely put out a notice that the clock has started if and when Roe v. Wade is reversed by the Supreme Court.
Is there a chance he would not execute that?
Likely not. I can't think of one not, but I guess we will wait and see like the rest of the country.
All right, thank you very much, Joe.